Jim George is in the studio, also known as Professor Gadget, going to educate us about things technological in nature. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
Jim is the owner of American Cable Services, so he knows a little bit about getting TV shows into your homes. And he's also the owner of Media in Motion, and among other things, they fix computers. That's probably the biggest reason for you as the average consumer to go to see Jim and his guys over at Media in Motion. Good morning, Jim, again.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, I had a gadget on my wrist yesterday.
Oh.
Let me tell you about this gadget. I've never seen this before, and maybe you have. I'm not a person who goes to the doctor a lot, okay?
All right.
Without boring you with my situation, I got a situation on my leg, okay?
Sure.
So I go to the doctor, and of course they have to take your blood pressure. You know, they normally do it with the big thing on your arm, and it gets tight and tight and tight. Yesterday, she put it on my wrist. There was a little gauge on the device itself.
Yep.
Have you ever seen this?
I have not.
So, I mean, so there you go. I mean, it was less uncomfortable, or more comfortable, however you say that. And it gave the reading right there on the little screen. Isn't that cool?
It's cool.
It just tightened up on my wrist for a little bit. And
Yeah, that just shows you the science, how it's moving forward. Unbelievable.
technology is in everything.
Medical is just, they're leading the way, that's for sure.
And in fact, the thing that's wrong with me, and I told you about my legs,
Yeah,
so it is a vein is not bringing the blood back up. Long story short. So what they do is they shut it down with a device that it takes 20 minutes to do 2 legs. I'm going to have
Wow.
it, I think on the 16th, have it done. But but he said you couldn't do this before 2006. There was no technology to do it. So for 10 years, we can do this.
So they're just going to do like a little rhinoplasty thing where they clean the vein out or
No, they shut it down.
shut it down?
Yeah, they
Don't you need that vein?
I know. I said the same thing.
Hello?
No, he takes a wire, he puts it in, and it's got a little heating thing on it.
Okay.
And he heats, and then that little part of the vein is no longer usable.
Okay.
And then the body says, oh,
And it reroutes.
we got to take another route
Yeah,
because it takes the path of least resistance, which is
Yeah.
the path that has worn down all these years.
All right.
Have you ever had a vein wear down?
No. I don't
But anyway, I mean, just applying it to what you talk about, technology is not just about communication, which is what we normally talk about,
Right.
but it's also about other things.
I mean, one of my partners, his wife went in for a hip transplant. And like the very next day, she's up walking around, with the help of a walker. And
Next day, isn't that
and
amazing?
She's saying, and he was telling me, like, she says she has no pain. She says that she feel, and within a week she was going up and down the stairs. The bedrooms are upstairs with a hip replacement.
Isn't that something?
Unbelievable. And then a friend of mine had both knees replaced, not simultaneously, but one done first and then the other one done with those titanium stuff they put in for a total knee replacement. Man, imagine going through an airport. That thing would go off like crazy.
The Kardashians had a knee replacement too. Did you see that?
No.
It was not the low knee; it was the high knee. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, that Kim, she's always first on her block to do things, let me tell you. She just struts her stuff.
But I don't know what they cost, but apparently those operations are very pricey. Because I heard you talk the other day about, on the radio, you could go to Europe or someplace and get them cheaper. One of the things you were reading.
Yes, we sure had that story. Yes,
Yeah.
and in fact, it was knee replacements, wasn't it? Yeah,
I think it was a knee replacement.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the phones. Phone lines are open, by the way, during the course of these interviews, and you're welcome to be part of the show. 622-9622 is the number. We do have somebody on the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Good morning, all you guys.
Good morning.
Say, I just want to mention real quickly, my wife, years back, had neck surgery and had some metal stuff put in her neck, and they gave her a medical card to show when she goes to the airport that metal in her neck's not a bomb,
Right.
Oh, God.
Wow.
It's kind of interesting, though. Some machines detect it and some don't, but she's always takes that little card with her to get her through okay.
Yes. My wife was telling me a friend of hers had to have neck surgery, spine neck surgery, and they went in through her throat. They actually cut her in like the esophagus area here and went through to work on her spine. I go, wow, now that's tough. And they said, they did. It was like
amazing what they
just
do
did
nowadays.
it.
I know my neighbor just had back surgery because her son had the same back surgery about 2 years ago. She had to go down to Tampa, but I don't know. The incision is about a half an inch long, and they go in there and they took whatever was wrong with her cartilage and a week later she's walking around like nothing ever happened to her. It's just fine, and hardly any scar, and she didn't even have to stay in a hospital overnight.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Unbelievable is right.
That's technology for good instead of technology for bad.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, sorry, I don't have any
thank you.
gadget questions, but it was interesting to talk
No,
about
it is.
Good.
people walking around with metal in their body.
Right. There was one thing, though, I wanted to interject that I read, I think it was just yesterday, that one of the problems the medical community has with the technology is that people are reluctant to use the remote diagnosis thing, where I don't know even how this works. I don't know if you put a device on your leg or you put the camera on whatever it is,
Yeah, right.
But people are more comfortable going into the office than using technology to be diagnosed.
Yeah, I think you did something the other day about swallowing a pill that was wireless.
Yes.
And it
camera.
goes, and it tells you what's going on inside.
Yeah.
Oh, that must be a video right there now.
And will you be able to branch out on your cable system when it's all up and running that doctors might have a special channel just for medical consultations that people can call in live?
Yes, that's actually available now. There's a company in Texas called Hospital Vision, and they have 22 hospitals connected with the internet. And when you're in a hospital, let's say for a knee replacement, over the TV comes what they're going to do exactly. So a video of what you're going to go through, and then a video of what you're going to go through afterwards as far as the rehabilitation. And you watch those, and you sign off by touchscreen by hitting it that you watched the video, or by pressing something on your bedside remote. And so telehealth is very popular. Telehealth. So yes, we'll have a channel for that.
Do you know you have talked a lot about the a la carte, and another article. And I think this was yesterday again. There's and you probably are 2 steps ahead of us on this one. The a la carte of the future will be just like pay-per-view, and it could be any show, any network.
Right.
So I could pay literally nothing to my cable provider all month long, as long as I'd watched nothing. But if I wanted to watch, let's say, Hogan's Heroes from 1967, I could say, you know what, that's what I want to watch right now, and it'll be, $1 or a quarter or whatever it would be.
The only problem with that is the size of the electronic programming guide. In other words, you're going to see hundreds and
Really?
hundreds of things you have to comb through. So you're going to have to go to menu, search, type in Hogan's Heroes, and then it's going to come up with every episode, and then you're going to say, okay, 1961, and then hit enter, and then it's going to give you every episode. And then when you finally get around to hitting the one you want, you don't even want to watch it anymore, But a la carte is the way to go. We have a meeting with this, I think I've told you, coming up in May, and it's just myself and another company that are in the running for being a partner to the city. I could be on the network right now. I don't need a partnership to use the Ocala fiber network. I want to be a partner, so that 2 things happen. My price per programming goes down because now it's a city. I'm feeding instead of individuals,
Right.
And they will carry me. They will use me as advertisement. Say, hey, in the past we've always done internet, but now if you like to have TV and phone, we have that offer too. So to help them get more internet customers,
that makes sense.
So I want that. Whereas the city of Gainesville wants me right now, and there's no cost, no anything.
Oh man!
Oh, can you go with them then?
I am going with them. As a matter of fact, I have a meeting next Thursday with our manufacturer to talk about getting the equipment up and running for the cities of Gainesville's format. Yes.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yes. We will launch in July, like I said. We're going to launch.
All right, we will take a little break. We'll be right back. Remember, the phone lines are open. If you want to speak to Jim George, the number is 622-9622. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On Friday, sunshine mixing with clouds. Watch out for an afternoon thunderstorm. High 86 near the coast, 92 inland. And partly cloudy Friday night, low 67 inland, 72 at the coast. Saturday, sunshine mixing with clouds. An afternoon thunderstorm in spots. High 85 near the coast, 92 inland. And Sunday, partly sunny. High 85 near the coast, 91 inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
We're saving thousands with Robert Palmer.
So rule number one is always shop around. Always shop around. If you're trying to get a mortgage, if you're trying to get the best credit card, if you're looking at student loans, cell phone bills, you name it, rule number one is always shop around. Always shop around.
That's rule number one, just one more vital part of fighting back to stop being a financial zombie. Yes, you can take the mystery out of complicated world of finances. Take charge when it comes to your money. Listen in on The Source, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, Saturdays at 12:05.
Plans for lunch Sunday?
Moms and dads, have a quality time lunch date with your little one.
Honey Baked Ham and Cafe is going to help.
Each Sunday through Mother's Day, bring your child under 10 to Honey Baked Ham at 2709 Southwest 27th Avenue in Ocala between Best Buy and Regal Cinema.
Your child's meal is free with paying adults. Eat it only.
Honey Baked Ham and Cafe serves only the highest quality food and provides a clean, quiet environment so you can enjoy your time together.
For more information, call 861-0011.
This is the beat of a normal heart. Now this is the beat of a heart of someone who just snorted or injected or smoked methamphetamine. Why? For a high. And this is what happens to that normal heartbeat. It's irregular, it's racing, it's why it's called speed, and it can do bizarre things to our heads. It can make us aggressive and violent. We can start hallucinating and end up doing some serious damage to people. Call 1-8888-NO-METH today for more information on methamphetamine. That's 1-8888-NO-METH.
A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free Florida and America.
At the car wash. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Is pollen turning your car yellow?
Does your truck look brown from so much dirt?
Well, Grace Presbyterian Youth and Sears are here to help. Come by the Sears Auto Center on Saturday, April 30th
from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
and we will help turn your car back to its original color.
Car wash is free, but donations are accepted.
So don't forget, Saturday, April 30th, 10 to 2.
At Sears Auto Center.
The car wash.
WWWOCA, WWWOCA.
When it really counts, depend on The Source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
All right, 18 minutes after 9 o'clock. Jim George is here, and we're talking about technology. The number, if you want to call, is open. It's 622-9622, and during the break, we were talking about porta potty technology.
Yeah.
Technology has really changed the porta potty.
It has. Everything's changed.
They're cleaner.
They're white instead of green or brown.
right. They flush.
They have handrails. You step up into them.
Yeah.
My wife, when she's at a fair or something and they have porta potties, she cringes. She says, "Oh no,
oh man."
She just the idea of going in there after the other 3,000 have been in their fire.
And the idea that somebody who's pulling a prank can knock it over and give you a mess. You can't push this one over that we were in.
No, it's porta potty technology has come a long way.
It's hard to believe it took this long.
It is.
Yeah.
And speaking about technology, I'll give Matt Wilkerson a shout out. I gave him a call because my wife and two children, my two daughters, and they're old, 30, 33 type, are on a plan. And Verizon keeps going up and everything. And I called him, and he's going to come over to the house and explain to them exactly. But so far, from what my wife has told me, he's going to save them a lot of money and give them the right plan.
Oh, good.
And everything. And you think about that. All three of them have been to the Verizon store multiple times, talked to the Verizon, done everything that Verizon, and can't get any satisfaction. And in 5 minutes on the phone, he's already got the answer for him.
Well, can I just say something? And this is true for the lineup here at WOCA. I mean, without an exception. The reason you're here is because we trust you. And the reason we want our listeners to get to know what you do is because we trust that you know how to do it and you're going to be fair.
Yes.
Same thing with Matt Gibbs. Same thing with Matt Wilkerson. Same thing with Seth. What's Seth?
Posner.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the people. Same thing with
Vanessa Jennings.
who's coming on later on from the law.
Attorney.
That's really what it boils down to.
Yeah.
If you're on the air here, I mean, if we ever found out that you weren't treating your customers fine,
yeah, that's right. No, I was very impressed by him, and when he first called my wife, my wife basically hung up on him. She didn't realize that I had asked him.
Oh, really?
He
Oh,
introduced
no.
himself from Verizon, here to
Oh,
help
no.
you. I'm from Verizon, I'm here to help you. Click,
Right, right.
He calls me back and says, you told me to call your wife, and she kind of like hung up on me. So I called her. She said, oh,
Kinda
that's
like-
the guy.
Kinda like.
So he called her back, and she was very happy to talk to him. And she even told me that they're going to have set up a meeting, and he's going to get them the right plan and save them money and they do a lot of data on their cell phones. I mean, their cell phones are like laptops. Their cell phones are huge.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Unbelievable
yeah,
the size.
yeah,
They're like
yeah.
5 by 7 or something. These things are big.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, that's a different technology. But that's the wonderful world of 5G coming on. We have the 3G. We got the 4G. All that stands for is generation, the third generation, the fourth generation. Now they have the fifth generation. The towers aren't necessarily set up for 5G yet, but they are in Europe, and the speeds at which you can do and everything are fantastic.
And you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Good morning. I'm trying to find out what's going on here. A lot of the internet and television providers, like the dish outfits and the cable outfits, are coming up with something new. Now, from what I'm understanding, it's all going to be totally digital now. And yeah, one of these people that are stuck with a box, you got to get a new box and the whole 9 yards. And I'm just wondering what's going on here. Besides, the price is going up all the time for everything.
And that's the
I'll
truth.
hang up and listen. Have a great weekend,
Thank you.
guys, and thank you
You
again,
too.
WOCA, for the programming.
Thank you.
I think what he's speaking about is when you had Dish or Direct in the past, and there was a coax coming out of the box, and that went to your CV. So your old CRT, your cathode ray tube TVs, your big heavy ones could work.
Right.
The
right,
new
right.
and they may have had an HDMI cable coming out, and that would be for your digital TVs. The new boxes are going to be strictly digital. But the signal coming from the satellite has always been digital. So the signal from the satellite to the box hasn't changed. It may have changed in the sense of format. They have ways of compressing the signal. One was called H.264. That was a methodology. Now they have H.265, which is a more compression, which means they need less bandwidth, which means they can get a better picture to you quicker. But so they need to change the box, and you need to have a digital TV. In order to make it work.
So that's the reason that people are being. Are
But the
having
price is going up. I was out yesterday in Ocala Palms, and I was retrapping the people that have only our deluxe. And the reason why I'm changing the old trap out and put new traps in is because we've given them more channels, and we got to change the bandwidth of the trap so they can watch more channels. We're up to about 158 channels right now inside Ocala Palms. And so one of the guys came out and said, I have Dish, and they're up to $139 a month for what you guys give me for $75 a month. So I'm going to cancel Dish.
Oh, wow.
And take your service.
Yeah.
And
Sure. Who wouldn't?
So he says, I don't even need your trap anymore. I'm going to take your full service. And he called my office, and they said, so this morning I'm going back to remove the trap so he can have the full service, and he's going to call Dish and get rid of it. There's hardly any channel that Dish or Direct has that we don't have.
But that wouldn't apply to every listener right now, right? Because you don't do the whole listenership.
Right. We're only in the Ocala Palms right now, but once we launch in the city, everywhere where the city goes, in both Ocala and Gainesville, we'll
And
be
that's
able.
July, you figure?
That's July, I figure. It'll probably launch with about 30 channels to start, maybe 70 channels. But the bottom line is we're going to have over the same 158 channels we have in Ocala Palms, we will have on the internet. And you want one channel, you buy one. Like in your case, if you only want Bloomberg because you're a finance person,
Right.
just buy Bloomberg. It may cost you $1.
See,
So-
that's the way it should be. I mean, I don't know that it should be $1. That might be.
Well, no, you got to have our box. So our
Short-changing.
box may cost you.
Oh, I see. So you're paying for the box.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
assume you pay $9 a month. What does that give you? It gives you every off-the-air channel, 2, 6, 9, 20, 5, 51, 35, 24. Gives you all the off-the-airs. That's part of the rental of the box. But now you only want to pay for one channel. you pay for Bloomberg.
Right. Got 5 minutes left in the show. If you want to call Jim and ask a question about that's something you do want to know about. You do want to know when that's coming around.
Right. I was happy to hear about the Hooters moving back into town.
Oh,
I was never much of a Hooters person because the background sound, the music they have playing is way too loud. I was telling Joe that every time I wanted to meet somebody there, they'd say, "Hey, let's go to Hooters." I didn't mind. They had, the food was decent, the price seemed to be about right, but the problem was the background sound. So every time I would go in, I would ask him, "Can you turn the sound down?"
And we have another phone call. Good morning. You're on there with Jim.
Good morning. I tuned in a little bit late, and when I heard him mention my neighborhood, I thought, I need to talk to this man. Does your service go off every time it rains hard? That's a serious question, honestly. Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello? I guess I lost her.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All right, call back. That was my fault. I made a big mistake right there. Trying to talk to Robin off the air. Just say your answer again. I think you heard the question.
Sure. Well, she wanted to know if our signal went pixelation or went off the air every time it rained, because apparently she has a Dish or a Direct, or she has a friend that does, and they pixelate or go off the air. And the answer was no, because the normal size dish that a homeowner has is like 18 inches. Our dishes are actually 1.2 meters, so they're 42 inches in diameter. And they pick up all the signals that DirecTV has. And in the new signal that we're launching, we're actually going to have a 72-inch dish, and we'll have 5 of those. And so in essence, if any one went down, the other 4, because they'll be located in different parts of the city. So let's say one's in Bellevue, one's in Ocala, one's in Inverness, one's in Dunellen, all joined by fiber. So if there's a rainstorm in Dunellen, but it's clear in Ocala, the signal will be clear. And if it's raining in Ocala, but it's clear in Dunellen, it would be clear. Now, is there a possibility where there could be a hurricane where everything is covered? Yes, but most of the channels we are getting now are not off satellite. They're being streamed into us. So we will be able to keep streaming.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what I did before. I messed up on you. But do you have a follow-up question?
Yes, I appreciate that. So does he offer telephone service and computer service as well, or is this exclusively TV service?
No, we offer internet and we offer telephone inside of Ocala Palms. Our internet service used to be a maximum of 20 megabits per second. We've changed out a box, and that box now allows me to give you 300 megabits per second if you need it, but no one really needs 300 megabits per second. The average person probably do 25 or maybe 50. And we offer phone service, unlimited phone service, in and out North America, long distance, and I think it covers Puerto Rico, Alaska, Guam, Philippines, Virgin Islands, and I think that I'm guessing at the price. I'm not the office person. I think that's $29 a month, and that's with tax, with everything.
Wow. Well, I wonder if you'd be gracious enough to give me your phone number.
Certainly.
And I'll try calling your office and.
Yes. Let me give you that. Let me give you that number. It's 484-0200. That's the Ocala Palms number. 484-0200.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Very good. Perfect timing, too. We needed to ask that anyway because we're getting close to the end here. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. I turned the volume down. I was trying to talk to Robin about something that's going on here.
Oh, I understand.
Off the air. And
you guys are busy.
Yeah, but it's
right, so
unprofessional to turn off your microphone.
So let me reverse it. What's your gig this weekend? Where are you and Robin going to be this weekend?
We're actually working on like an audio podcast, like an internet radio show.
All right, I heard that.
So, yeah.
Is that going to be that one that the lady was talking about? That you had her on yesterday as far as Something America? Or?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. No, this is... Well, Robin and I... Gosh, I'm taking your time to talk about...
No, it's perfect.
It's Robin and the Giant. We used to do
Technology,
Robin Yeah, I know. So we can kind of revisit Robin and the Giant, kind of relive some of those old things.
Right.
And that's what we're going to start tomorrow.
So it's like Spanky in our gang.
Yeah, it doesn't go back that far.
Oh,
but-
okay.
Thank you, Jim. Always good. I feel so bad that I turned you down for a second there. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, no. Have a great day.
All right.
Everybody out there, have a great weekend.
Technology only works as good as the person operating it. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Some 20 arrests at a Donald Trump protest in Orange County, California.
Police in riot gear had to push protesters back after a demonstration got violent in an intersection.
Go that way!
Witnesses said people were puncturing tires, throwing glass bottles at police, and jumping on cars.
Like a bat or something and was literally hitting every window down the street and smashed multiple windows.
Some protesters were proud and blamed Donald Trump.
Fox Radio's Jessica Rosenthal. The GOP frontrunner and John Kasich stumping in California, while Ted Cruz focuses on